If you've ever seen a car on the Kenyan roads that has a foreign number plate, say from Uganda, Tanzania, or even further, you might wonder whether it's permitted and how it works. It is allowed, but for a small period of time and only if certain rules are followed. Here's everything you need to know. First, Kenya is a part of two big regional groups, including the East African Community, which is the EAC, and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA. These groups have agreements that makes it easier to move across borders even with personal vehicles. So if you're from Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, or any other EAC or COMESA countries, you can bring your car temporarily to Kenya without needing to locally register it. So Kenya allows both foreigners and citizens to drive cars with foreign number plates. But first you must get permissions from the customs at the border, and these will depend from what country you're coming from. So you can drive a car in Kenya with foreign number plates if you belong to one of the following groups. First, maybe you're tourists on a road trip and passing to different countries. Secondly, visitors coming to the country for either healthcare, holidays, or business. Then we have truck or bus drivers who are delivering goods across the country, diplomats working at embassies, and finally, Kenyans who bought a car abroad but are visiting home for short periods of time. So let's start with Kenyans who live abroad and are visiting home for short periods of time. The first step is to declare your car at the border and get official permission to use it. Then you should apply for a short-term permit that allows you to drive the car in Kenya, and that is if you have plans to leave the country later. If not, you can import the car fully and register it in Kenya. Here are the main documents needed. First, we have the Temporary Importation Permit. This is also called the Form C32. This is a document from the Kenya Revenue Authority that allows you to bring in a car without paying import taxes. It is valid for 14 days, but you can request for an extension. You'll need things like a car's logbook, which shows ownership, a work or residency permit if you're a Kenyan who's working abroad, and a letter of authorization if you're not the owner of the car. Extensions can be granted, but KRA checks on the car, and you must give a good reason to get extension. Then for foreigners outside the EAC and COMESA countries, you have to get what is called the Carnet de Passage and Douane. It is like an international passport for your car. It shows you promise to take the car back out of the country. And this you get from your country before traveling to Kenya. You'll also need your passport, the car's logbook, and proof of residence in your home country. The last document is the Foreign Motor Vehicle Permit, which you get from the NTSA. It is issued by NTSA through the 𝐿𝐴citizen and allows your car to be driven on Kenyan roads legally. You apply online, and the cost depends on how big your car engine is and how long you will be staying. To apply, you will need a valid Form C32 or Carnet, COMESA insurance for your car, and an eCitizen account to apply and pay. So what happens if you overstay in Kenya? If your permit expires and you're still in Kenya, you could face either heavy fines, impoundment of your car, or bans on bringing vehicles in the future. To be safe, always carry your documents in the car in case you're stopped at checkpoints. Also work with a clearing agent at the border in case you're unsure of the processes. Finally, do not sell a foreign registered car in Kenya unless you've fully imported it and registered it in Kenya. Money254.co.ke has written this, and on more personal finance topics, click on the link on our bio to learn.